So the following is an editorial. This is an opinion piece. I want this to be clear. So here I was, thinking it was an ordinary day that I could try to fit some particular models to try to help solve for string theory. And then all of a sudden this hubbub comes up because why? I went on the Twitters. And we all know that going on the Twitters often leads to trouble. It's where a lot of it seems to start. So we're going to pop over here. So here's something that I had gotten. This is actually something that was just sent out here. Because I happen to be at least subscribed to the Adult Performance Artists Guild. Basically an 18 plus community. APAG. They help represent folks within the greater adult entertainment industry. It seems to be quite large. We did cover the story about basically Pornhub helping you find marijuana. I thought that was a very progressive thing. I was not expecting it when I signed in. And we see you there. Thank you, LDG, as well as Joe Franco. Shout out to my patrons, Joe Franco and Dave M. This broadcast is helped made possible by viewers like you. And I say that because on the Twitters I say, I'm a mild-mannered journalist. And again, it seems like many journalists appear to be activists. How do we define that? I have no idea. It usually seems to be whatever you seem to be against. I don't know. That seems to be the current meta for some reason. I have no idea. But as we can see here, OnlyFans policy changes regarding adult content. APAG responds. Headlines today warned that OnlyFans would be removing XXX content, leaving its platform to only allow nudity. Most content creators on OnlyFans are comprised of adult performers who make their entire living off of the platform. As the news makes its way across an industry that spans the world, we instantly recognize the financial despair and destruction this will cause our community. I hear folks talking about community a lot. I happen to have some friends, and I myself happen to have an OnlyFans account. I don't think anyone follows me over there. I know Joe and Dave follow me on Patreon, which, I mean, OnlyFans is just like a Patreon. It has been a Patreon alternative that a lot of its core was built off of 18 plus content. And a lot of those folks now, they've built up followings. Why? Because this is their Patreon alternative. Because for Patreon, and when you cite this is the very interesting thing. This is a very interesting thing. This is why, also another reason why I tagged Senator Warren in this. I voted for you last time, Liz. It's all right. I mean, Senator, my apologies. But this is the thing. It's like, all right, for a lot of folks that might not be familiar with the greater streaming realm, you have a lot of different platforms. And by a lot, I mean at least within my realms, you basically got three. You got YouTube, you got Twitch, and you got video platforms. There do seem to be several. But as far as crowdfunding sites, you have Patreon. Okay. It also does have 18 plus material. At what length does that go? That's what OnlyFans was built off of. It was built off of adult entertainers. And all of a sudden it's like, all right, the things that you did to help build this platform, well, we don't really want to do that. Why? Because they were raising money. I believe they were raising about $1 billion. We can actually, we'll go over there in just a second. I have a couple articles built up. I'll try to remember to add them before, again, because I am a professional YouTuber. And by that, I totally forgot to put links. Again, I still remember when Tim Pool used to have links to his articles. Again. But we'll go back to this for a second. Yes. As anti-porn organizations celebrate, we brace ourselves for the crisis this will likely cause. Workers in our industry have families to care for, and this change will push many into potential homelessness. Yes, during a time of plague. What a wonderful thing to do. Again, this is my opinion. I see you there, Koto. Welcome. And as a union for adult workers, we've reached out to OnlyFans for guidance through this decision. As a platform that was built on the backs of its adult creators, OnlyFans has a responsibility to care for those who made them rich. Over the last 2 years, the union has worked to help hundreds of performers reclaim accounts and recoup more than $100,000 in funds that had originally been seized by the company. We believe there are still many performers owed funds that were wrongfully seized, and we will continue to fight for those workers. Now, as an editorial comment, for somebody that was within a particular, let's say, certain communities, I remember I've heard that certain YouTubers, when they were demonetized, when their monetization was pulled for them, there were still funds in their accounts. Now, depending on who it was, maybe some folks got that money, but all I know is you actually have an organization, you actually have a union that's actually fighting for the folks there. I don't remember there being a union or something before. I remember somebody said something about YouTubers union, and then I think the gentleman changed his YouTube channel name. I don't know. I don't remember. But I see you there, John. I see you there, John. And here's the thing. You put what you... All I know is I have friends, and they've built followings on some of these different platforms. And all of a sudden, it's like, this is literally where this is their Patreon. What if all of a sudden it's like, I'm putting out this content. You're not allowed to put this content out. Now, what do I base this off of? I base this off of, well, what do consenting adults do behind closed doors or within a private chat? That's up to them. Now, is that the issue, or does it have something to do with quote-unquote COPPA? Is it that we don't necessarily know if all the people that are engaging this are 18 plus? Is that the issue? Is that the issue? Because I'm not hearing that that's the issue. But is that the issue? Because we all know nobody would ever lie about their age on the internet. I totally did. I apologize. But this is the thing. I think it's another particular issue. And again, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. We'll finish reading the email and move on. Now, as performers look to migrate their content to new platforms, the union will be meeting with those already established platforms to help create seamless transitions. We will also be offering services including mental health support and peer support. We encourage any performers who may be in need during this time to reach out via our email, members@apagunion.com, or twitter.com/apagunion. All right. As we can see here, yes. Here's the thing. It's like, all right, you have something. Whatever it is. All I know is I see some folks celebrating this. I've seen, what was it? Jeremy from, again, this is my opinion. I see Jeremy from the Quartering. All of a sudden, this video comes up. It's like, simps are outraged and everything. Well, I are simp. And all I know is you're happy that people are angry because something is being taken away. Something you're allowed to do in the internet, you're not allowed to monetize that anymore. Who would ever be outraged about that? I'm just saying, if you actually want to solve these issues, rather than just complain about it, you should probably have some principles. Why do I say this? Because apparently if you have axioms, you can try to start to solve for the universe. I realized I had no axioms. It had to be told to me. It was tough news. But all I'm saying is, have some core principles. You can disagree about things, just be honest about what it actually is. If you just want to laugh at people and profit from it, just be honest. You want to be a dick? I am a dick. It is my middle name. I'm going to stop talking about that. We'll go back over here. This is an article brought to us by Bloomberg. As we can see, OnlyFans to bar sexually explicit videos starting in October. It's brought to us by Lucas Shaw. Yes, popularity of the website has exploded during the pandemic. Oh. I remember folks working a lot of hours. I'm just saying. Many sex workers use OnlyFans to charge customers online. Yeah, it's a financial transaction. You want a particular video? Guess what? This is a site that's put you in touch. Yes, because nobody would ever cut a little off the top by setting somebody else up with somebody else. Yes, That's totally a terrible thing that nobody would ever profit from. A lot of folks aren't going to like this, but we need to be honest. I got nothing wrong with people making a lot of money. We should just be honest about it. Yes, I see a Jitsi. I see a Jitsi. Hey, LBG is only one dude. There's a lot of ideas going around. I think we can figure this out. Well, Dave, here's the thing. I believe furries are now actually a protected class. It has been codified within law, to my knowledge. When they come for the furries, I mean, in my opinion, I already think it's too far. It's like you're taking away from somebody's profession. It's like, we don't want this. Is there a porn problem? In my opinion, totally. I've consumed enough pornography for several lifetimes. But again, what adults do behind closed doors or in their private chats should be between them. Again, is the issue we don't know if they're adults? That's why it's that much more of an issue? Oh, yes, and just what I forgot to say earlier was, okay, you stream on YouTube, you're monetized, you get a super chat. It's a donation to that particular person. It's earned income, along with any particular ad revenue. Now, that particular person gets 70%. YouTube takes 30. Why? Processing fees. For all of about a week or two, I worked for a payment processing company. What did you have at the time? Probably about 10, 15 years ago. From my recollection, generally within the industry, you're talking like 1.5% to 3 to 5%, and then plus usually a quarter, 50 cents, 5 cents, depending on how you have it made up. And then you have all these tiers of different credit profiles, and depending on how many transactions you have, yeah. And they also used to charge for equipment and stuff like that too. It was kind of like the cable companies. I may have worked for them too. Paid very well. But all I'm saying is, you go to Pornhub, you click on one of your favorite adult models, guess what? If you actually happen to send them gold, some form of a non-fungible token, if you will, which apparently I guess is fungible, whatever, the currency used on the site, very often they're getting like, I think it's between like 20 to 35 cents a dollar, maybe less, maybe a bit more. I really think the high end was like 35%. I talked with their best model, or at least according to her. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying with that. Now, if you go to a direct actual link, then very often they're earning 70%, 90%, something like that, which is the way it should be. But the sheer fact that, wait. So what you're saying is I can just talk smack about somebody on YouTube and earn 70 cents on a dollar for every donation that comes in, often people ragging on other folks? All right, hey, freedom of speech, because apparently money is also speech, at least according to a particular court case. I am not a lawyer. That was my father, Mr. Memes. But as far as this goes, I'm like, okay, you earned 70 cents on your dollar doing that on YouTube. Cool. Now, you're doing something, some may say, a wee bit more intimate, maybe more involved, and you're getting paid pennies on the dollar? You're getting paid less than the other person? Why? Because it's riskier. There might be more defaults because people's credit cards run out or you go over the limit. I've totally done that as well. But here's the thing. You square it up. It's not like anybody's overdrawn for anything ever before. Isn't that why we got off the gold standard? I don't know. All I know is for many years recently, platinum seems to have been less, and I'm wondering, why have we not been investing in platinum? A lot of folks over in China were buying precious metals. They're very smart people. I see you there, lunatic. Thank you. My big thing is, what the heck are we doing? We're just arguing about things. Why don't we actually solve these problems? Again, more of my activist rant here. Let's actually read some of the article. OnlyFans is getting out of the pornography business. Starting in October, the company will prohibit creators from posting material with sexually explicit conduct on its website, which many sex workers use to sell fans explicit content. They'll still be allowed to put up nude photos and videos, provided they're consistent with OnlyFans policy, the company said on Thursday. So what you're saying is, so don't send nudes? I had to say it. I put it in the thumbnail. We want to be consistent. The popularity of the social media service exploded during the pandemic as sex workers, musicians, and online influencers used it to charge fans for exclusive access to photos, videos, and other material. OnlyFans has attracted more than 130 million users. I'm not just a creator. I was a subscriber, or at least for a short period of time, I think around Christmas. Now, that popularity also brought with it additional scrutiny, and OnlyFans is positioning itself more as a forum for musicians, fitness instructors, and chefs than sex workers. While many of its most popular creators post videos of themselves engaging in sexual behavior, several mainstream celebrities like Bella Thorne, Cardi B, and Tyga have also set up accounts. The changes are needed because of mounting pressure from banking partners and payment providers, according to the company. OnlyFans is trying to raise money from outside investors at a valuation of more than $1 billion. Didn't President Obama at one point say, that's a mic drop? Is that what it is? We're getting $1 billion in investment, and yeah, we know you really helped popularize this site along with Pornhub, and a lot of folks also happen to be over there on Twitch because some of these folks, guess what? They're gamers. They enjoy video games too. What a novel freaking idea. And you know what? Again, consenting adults engaging in capitalism. I don't know. Maybe some folks just don't like capitalism. I'm just saying those people do exist. Now, in order to ensure the long-term sustainability of our platform and continue to host an inclusive community of creators and fans, we must evolve our content guidelines, OnlyFans said. The company is run by its founder, Tim Stokely, and owned by Leonid Redovinsky. My apologies if I butchered your name, sir, I believe. An internet entrepreneur. The company has been praised for giving sex workers a safer place to do their jobs, but sex work still has a stigma. The company handled more than $2 billion in sales last year and is on pace to generate more than double than that this year. It keeps 20% of that figure. OnlyFans said it will provide more guidance on its new policy at a later date. The news disappointed some of the sex workers. Really? The news disappointed some of the sex workers who've come to rely on OnlyFans. Sylvia, a 30-year-old from Dallas who declined to provide her real name, began posting to OnlyFans a few years ago and relies on the site to pay her bills. So, this seems like a quite severe change. Now, again, this is an opinion. I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. This is simply a question. Is there provable loss here? Now, if they're raising investment because they plan on expanding and doing all these wonderful things, as I continue to give my opinion, they're going to provide these content creators, since if they're not allowed to make money and they might have future inability to make money, I mean, isn't there a severance package? I mean, they would set together some form of annuity or something if you're going to take away a person's means of income. I mean, it's not like all of a sudden we're like, yeah, you know what? You're not allowed to do high frequency trading anymore. Yeah, nobody would freak out about that. It's not like they were talking about blasting off the top of a mountain or something like that to try to have a point-to-point laser connection to have perhaps a few milliseconds, maybe even nanoseconds to make a little bit more cash. Now, again, these are people engaging in capitalism. Shouldn't we let consenting adults be able to make contracts with one another? I thought that was part of the Constitution of these United States. To be fair, Onlyfans is actually a UK-based company. I apologize. We want to be accurate and correct any inaccuracies. Let folks know what's going on. You can paint whatever picture you want, going over the top, yelling about things. I mean, that's just that's old Shakespearean theater. It's kayfabe. You're painting this thing out. Now, it's not like that would affect folks on a large scale interacting with each other to the point where you hear certain folks calling for revolution because they start saying it in a very angry manner and nobody ever wants to apologize for anything ever. Why? Well, people say it's admitting guilt. Do you not apologize? I don't know. I don't know. This is why I was trained to be quick to say you're sorry. Should also be even quicker to accept an apology. Because you never know what you hold dear when it may depart from you. Maybe we should appreciate what we got. We're on the cusp of doing really great things. Again, just my opinion. I ain't the boss to anybody. You do you. I see you, Lewis. Hey, I do actually need to start posting actual things rather than I think an arbitrary empty post to my OnlyFans. You've inspired me. Thank you. And Joe, that's actually a big thing. It's like, all right, if you're going to do this, if you're going to completely change your business model, which I actually have some questions about, why this happens to be the case, why you have to make less money. Just explain it. Just be, if the underwriters, just let us know why. This is the thing. Having a year transition, that would be a lot different. You'd be able to establish new sites, be able to do new transitions rather than it's like, yeah, so, what we got? It's the 19th. Yeah, so you got like 12 days to figure out like everything. Peace, everybody. I see you there, Shane. I see you there, Shane. Thank you for joining as well. But, all right, we have that, and where's the other one? The other one, blah, blah, blah. This is from Variety. We'll pop this up here. As we can see, OnlyFans will ban pornography starting in October, citing need to comply with financial partners. OnlyFans, which has amassed more than 130 million users, largely for adult-oriented subscription fans, announced that it will ban sexually explicit content this fall. The UK-based company said it is making the changes to comply with the request of our banking partners and payout providers. So, your financial partners, the processing. Why is it more? Is this discrimination? I don't know. Again, I am not an attorney. I just happen to be giving an opinion here. Again, effective October 1st, 2021, OnlyFans will prohibit the posting of any content sexually explicit and containing any. OnlyFans will prohibit the posting of any content containing sexually explicit content. The company said in a statement, in order to ensure the continue to evolve our guidelines. Okay. Is this fair? I don't know. Some people seem to be happy about it. Doesn't sound fair. I'm pretty sure if you invested a lot of your time and were actually able to make pretty decent income off of this, you'd probably be pissed. I'm just saying. It sounds like a whole lot of BS. Again, I am taking more of an activistic angle. I should probably actually re-undo this because I have engaged in activism. This is the thing. Just be honest about what you're doing. If you're going to try to cover story, this is why I started the news quest and everything. It's like, okay, we're just going to literally cover what's there. Post the whole darn thing. Why? So then people can go and chop it up. Why? Oh, you spend like $5 or $10. You have access to the archive. It seemed like a good idea. Why? Because everyone's always like, whoa, what's going on here? I very often pop into different chats. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I need other folks to help communicate to me what's going on. A lot of folks getting screwed, in my opinion. That's what we got here. Okay, we're delving off into different things here. So that's all we got for now. Jeez, I've been going for like 25 minutes. Hey, peace out, everybody. Be safe, and just no matter what happens, remember, squirrels are furries too. 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일.
Have you guys checked out the Memes of Destruction's channel? He's an interesting dude. I like him.